Roger, Neil. We just wanted a narrative such that we can, when we get to playback, we can sort of correlate what we're seeing. Thank you very much.
This unscheduled live TV broadcast from Apollo 11 is one of the most contentious between moon landing skeptics and the NASA apologists. It all starts very well with the camera zooming in to a view of the Earth from a distance of 150,000 road miles, while astronaut Neil Armstrong describes the scene.
There's one definite mild storm southwest of Alaska. Looks like about 500 to 1,000 miles. And another very minor storm showing the south end of the screen near the, a long way south of the equator, probably 45 degrees or more south latitude.
At a distance of 150,000 road miles, the Earth occupies 3 degrees of arc, which is a little wider than your thumb at arm's length. So either Armstrong is a lot closer than NASA claims he is, or he's looking at a zoomed-in view of the Earth. Either way, when Capcom asks him to clarify something, he's quick to make excuses.
Roger, Neil. Thank you. It also appears that just to the left of the terminator, up in the northern hemisphere, there's a cloud band trending, a gap in the clouds trending northwest, southeast. It appears to us that that comes in about over the northern United States, or perhaps the central United States. Is that about correct? Over?
I can see on the monitor the thing you're talking about, but right now I can't get my eye to the window to pick out just where it crosses the shoreline.
So how exactly was he able to see a very minor storm before, when he can't see a cloud pattern now? Not that getting his eye to the window would make a difference to how much he could see, unless the Earth was right outside. But we have to remember this was supposed to be nothing more than a screen test in preparation for the actual moon landing.
Okay, world, hold on to your hat. I'm going to turn you upside down.
Next, it's the turn of fellow astronaut Mike Collins, who performs a roll of the spacecraft, effectively turning the Earth upside down, a manoeuvre that takes 30 seconds.
11, that's a pretty good roll there.
Make no mistake, to do this for real would be incredible. During passive thermal control, the central axis of the spacecraft is aligned north-south with respect to the Earth, and Collins manages to rotate it like the second hand of a clock, literally, while maintaining a view of the Earth. Even more remarkably, he manages to do it without looking out of a window.
Unfortunately, we only have one window that has a view of the Earth, and it's filled up with the TV camera, so your view now is probably better than ours is.
Whatever's moving, it's not the spacecraft. A couple of minutes later, the Earth starts to slowly rotate clockwise by 90 degrees. It then disappears off the right of the screen before popping back into view right way up from the left of the screen because someone is repositioning the camera. Notice at this point as well how the Earth changes from a bluish grey to bluish green. As we will see in a later video, this occurs when NASA changes to a different channel for their TV signal. But it's what happens next that confirms it is in fact the camera that's been moved as the field of view widens to include an interior light. If the Earth is still in view, it's not through a cabin window, and Houston knows it. Listen as Apollo team member Charles Duke tries to alert the crew to the situation.
Apollo 11, Houston, appears to us that we're seeing a view from outside, plus a little of the The inside appears you've taken the camera away from the left window. Now over.
That's correct. We're moving it back and reconfiguring for interior lighting.
Roger.
As the camera is moved away from the cabin window, there's no way the distant Earth would be visible unless it remained central to the field of view, which it doesn't. In this scale simulation, a line of sight is established between the camera and the distant Earth. Now watch what happens as the camera shifts from side to side. The Earth disappears from view. And it disappears even faster when the camera tilts left or right. So you can imagine how difficult it would be to maintain a line of sight on the distant planet through a 9-inch square window as you attempt to move backwards within the confines of a spacecraft the size of a caravan that's full of furniture, not to mention 2 roommates, with nothing more than this 3-inch monitor as your guide. By this stage, the interior light and Earth are bobbing around all over the place as the camera is being moved around, but the crew are still blissfully unaware of the problem as Duke once again tries to warn his friends live on air.
We can still see the Earth through the left window.
This time he gets straight to the point. Guys, the Earth should no longer be visible through the left window. But we were never looking at it through a window. It's on a TV, the one the crew was using to watch the same live broadcast from Earth during this screen test. Only they hadn't turned it off by the time NASA swapped to the TV camera signal coming from Apollo 11. And when they finally realised their mistake, you can see the embarrassment on Mike Collins' face. It's a mistake that won't be repeated for the rest of the Apollo program because this is the only other time you will see an Apollo astronaut and a view of the Earth in the same footage. The previous occasion being Apollo 9, when the spacecraft was orbiting at 127 miles above the planet, which is around about where the command module was during every Apollo mission, this one included, because humans can't travel beyond the safety of a low Earth orbit.
I saw Color TV, RCA Victor Color TV. I know what I've been missing now. Wow! I saw Color TV. Gosh, the color is true. Her hair so red, her eyes so blue. It's just as though she's there with you.